Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Welcome for joining us. Thanks for joining us here. We're going to be watching Whitney Young take on OPRF tonight's matchup, week 4. I guess they wanted to get it done early and out of the way. So they'll be playing tonight's matchup instead of waiting until Sunday. So thanks for checking us out. So first ban goes out for Whitney Young. They ban out Ari. They will have first pick as well this matchup, being the home team. Just mind me, I am a little sick, so if you hear me sniffle or cough, just getting over a cold. Or like so, clear my throat.
End of the line.
So OPRF this week had to lose all their bans due to their behavior in the game, last game. So hopefully that will not get repeated this week. So they do not get to ban out this entire week. So they are just letting the timer go down to lose a ban. So only bans for Whitney Young. And the final ban from Whitney Young, Ari Graves, and
You used to be cool.
and Echo banned out from OPRF. So I'll wait the timer out for the last ban. And then we'll get to see first pick from Whitney Young. How's everyone doing tonight? Guys that are in here that are playing, make sure to mute or pause. We will be on spectator delay. Feel free to stay in the stream, but just mute or pause it. That way you cannot be accused of cheating. First pick for Whitney Young goes out to be Caitlin. So Caitlin picked for the AD carry, and then OPRF is going to counter with Lulu and Hecarim. Lulu did not get banned out, so first pick Lulu will help that AD carry on the side of OPRF. Let's see who they go to follow up with it. No rush in picking it now unless they want to hold off to let mid see possibly what's going to be picked in the mid lane for Whitney Young. We got a Karma being hovered over. Probably a Karma support. So it looks like we're going to get an Ivern for jungle and a Karma for support. So they're going to go with a shield comp, late game comp to protect Caitlyn so she can do lots of damage in the back. And we get a Zillion locked in for OPRF. That's one we haven't seen in a while. Zillion pick. Probably going to be in the mid lane. Let's who they lock in on the side of OPRF. They're going to have that Lulu in the bot lane probably. Hovering over Jin. And they select Jinx. So 2 last picks for Whitney Young. They're going to need their mid laner, possibly unless Karma's going mid lane, and also their top laner. We're gonna get a Shen Oriana locked in for Whitney Young. So lots of shields, lots of protect for the Caitlyn. With Shen going in with the Oriana, Whitney Young and Oriana has been a very big pick this year in our league. And last pick for OPR will be Maokai. So Maokai top lane against the Shen. Hecarim in the jungle versus Ivern. Zillion mid against Oriana. Jinx versus Caitlyn. And Lulu versus Karma. So whoever takes first place here, or whoever takes this win here, will have sole position of first place until we hit the rest of the games this week. And then depending on how the rest of the teams do, they could have sole position or be tied for first. The way it works out, depending on who wins this game and then who wins the Taft Palatine game. So based on team comps right now, who do you guys think is going to win? You think Whitney Young is going to win or OPRF? Shout out in the chat, let me know. We'll be on a 3-minute break while we're doing it, so let me know your opinion, who you think is going to win, Whitney Young or OPRF. Right, game is loading now. We're going to be getting into the game here in a moment. There we go. Everyone switched around. Alright, all set. And the game begins. Let's see how these teams play out this first game. We'll see if anyone's going to invade, or if they will play it safe.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
I see we got a Funkaphone fan in the chat. So no invades. Everyone's gonna go around to protect. Hecarim looks like he still might be AFK here. He now has bought his items and he's coming. So Maokai guarding the red, Shen and Orianna protecting. Make sure there are no invades. One big thing when you have an Ivern in the jungle is he always invades very early to steal a buff away from the enemy team. It's very easy for him to start to collect his blue buff, walk up to their red buff, and then just smite it away, walk back to his blue and collect it. So definitely something OPRF is going to have to worry about this matchup to see if they're going to do that early invade. We'll see if Maokai drops a ward on his way to the top lane, just to be safe. And we get a pause, so we'll see what happened here. I'm going to switch over the screen until they are back. Hopefully this pause doesn't go too long. Alright, looks like we're going to be starting back up. In a few moments here. Alright. Getting started. Back into game. So we did see an early ward by Lulu in that top side. Looks like Caitlyn and Karma are going to get in some early poke damage onto this bot lane. They're going very aggressive onto the two bot laners. Not much they can do about that. That was a great poke. Hecarim still wanted to get his blue buff and make sure that he secured it. But the Whitney Young's bot lane got a good amount of poke off onto the other bot lane. So we'll see how they come back to lane. Having to, it looks like one potion used by Lulu, but that was about it. So not too much wasted there. They are doing a great job at keeping them zoned out. So far, 0 CS for Jinx. And Caitlyn's already up to 7. They're going to get the early level 2. Let's see if they're going to go in at level 2 right away. Oh, bad positioning. So they're a little too deep, so not able to get any positioning onto them. And just like we said, Ivern went up and stole the red buff away from Hecarim, and Hecarim is now swinging around to the red buff of Ivern. Possible to see if he's going to be there. He's probably also just sitting in the bush, taking it away. Yes, he is. So safely sitting in the bush. Here comes Ivern. Don't know if he's going to be able to spot him out. Looks like he's going to get it. Nope. Hecarim is going to be able to get out. Going to take the plants. Oh, he might be going to gate box. No, he's going to walk back around. I saw Ivern coming through. Decided against it. So we see Ivern now roaming mid, possibly going to catch onto Zillion. Zillion has to flash away. It looks like Zillion will be safe after the flash. Zillion running TP and flash. Bot lane is not doing too bad, only 6 CS down, so that initial 7 CS is about what they would lost, so they are pretty much caught back up. Lulu doesn't have any pots on her though, so she could be in trouble here if she gets caught out. Maokai pushing very hard in that top lane, has a minor CS advantage, but a big wave is pushing into the tower. Hecker roaming to take Scuttle Crab, but he's probably not going to be able to do too much because of how pushed in Maokai is. Ivern roaming up now. Ivern jumps, gets jumped on by Maokai. Hecarim is here. Hecarim's going to try and help with the gank, but I don't think he's going to be able to do much. Maokai has to flash away. Hecarim is still at full life. Ivern's going to flash away. Looks like Ivern's going to catch him with the bind, and he's going to be able to take him out for first blood for Ivern. So good job on Whitney Young and reading that gank top, seeing Maokai was way too far pushed in, and then just taking advantage of him and Hecarim not being able to respond quick enough. So again, some more trading. Both supports are very low with no potions left, so you have to be careful. Both Jinx and Caitlyn have a good amount of hope, as well as Lulu. So we'll see who will come out of this ahead. Oh, almost a good choppers onto Caitlyn. That might have been disastrous had she gotten caught. The shield from Lulu probably helped her just enough to get her past the chompers before they activated. So had Maokai been able to flash in that top lane a different direction, or had he been able to get some help from Zillion in the river and flash to Zillion with a rotate from him, he might have been able to make it out there alive. But Zillion is getting pushed in by Orianna and not able to get too much poke. And Ori just solos Zillion with the ult. Zillion choosing not to go back to buy anything, and Orianna just taking advantage of how low he was and how out of position he was with no flash. Like I said, Ori was a very strong pick so far in this league. Whitney Young goes up 2-0. They're about 1k gold ahead, so not too far. But mid laner and top able to get their ult very soon and be able to make a difference. Shen with his global ultimate and shield across the map, and then Zillion with his ult to be able to resurrect somebody who dies if they time it correctly. If he dies while the buff is still on. So Maokai has a great ult in setting up team fights. Lots of people will be rooted in place. Very slow moving, easy to dodge, but can be very disastrous in a team fight if someone gets caught out of place. Besides that initial counter in the top lane, Hecarim hasn't been able to make too much of a difference. Ivern was trying to get a piece of that Zillion kill in the mid lane, but just was not able to land anything in time to get a part of the assist. And now Ivern going to try and get a piece of Maokai, but Maokai getting away, just getting away from Shen in time. So Zillion is very hard to play in the mid lane. You have to be able to land the double bombs in order to do much damage to anyone, and also to not get poked out. It's going to be the biggest problem with Ori. Excuse me. A lot easier repeatable spells, and the fact that Orianna has 3 damaging spells, or 4 if you count her shield, whereas Zillion only has 1. Great utility in the speed up, and with the double bomb and able to stun. But besides that, it's not going to be able to do too much damage to the rest of the team. So going for a very tank-oriented save, protect, and carries team on both sides. And there's the ult from Maokai. He's not able to do too much. Trying to fight in the wave to do more damage with just the shields from their team is just not. It's just too much for them to handle in that top lane. Shen is not able to. Shen was not able to get the kill. Ivern gets another kill there, but just too much for them to handle. Bot lane getting poked out. Jinx had to use flash and ultimate. Again, Hecarim has still not made too much of a difference on this map. He has only a few farms ahead of Ivern at this point. So we're going to have to see when he's able to make a big difference on this map. How much longer is he going to farm before he makes a big difference? Right now, he has not been around at all. Looks like we have another pause. I'm going to switch screens real quick. Hopefully this one won't be too long. Looks like it was just an issue in the house. Hopefully it'll be pretty quick. So the nicest thing about using the tournament code is that the ability to pause it if something does happen, so that someone doesn't get stuck in a bad position. And we're back. So looking at CS, bot lane is up about 25 CS. Jinx now just returning back to lane. Mid lane is down about 11 CS on OPR side. Zilia just not able to farm as well as Orianna. Hecarim is a little bit up on farm on Ivern, but Ivern does have 2 kills, so he has a lot more gold than Ivern at this point. Whereas Maokai is just barely ahead of Shen, but Shen has 2 assists, so he's able to, again, have more gold than the OPRF side. Zilia is able to land a bunch of those double bombs. He will have no problem doing damage to Oreo, where he's not able to shield herself, and also the bombs will blow right through the shield once the first bomb goes off. So lots of quick poke if Zilia can land all of the whole combo. Saw a little Ivern and Hecarim dance in the river there. Not too much going on at this point. Hecarim kind of rotating around the dragon. Looks like he's taking Scuttle. And they're going to be backing up. Caitlyn looks like she's going to be going a little bit hard on them. Daisy popped by Ivern. Orianna also in the bot lane. Hecarim has to ult away, so not being able to use that for his engage, but has to ult away from the fight in order to get out safely. He is a level down on Ivern, and it looks like Whitney Young is just going to group around the dragon after that failed gank attempt, since they push everyone off, and take the Mountain Drake. Oh, I'm sorry. It is an Ocean Drake, so it'll be advanced regen, health, and mana after not being attacked. So more farming in the top lane, not too much going on. 2 big tanks going up against each other. Maokai not able to do too much more damage to Shen now that Shen has Spectre's Cowl built and is starting to finish up the rest of his his build there. Caitlyn and Karma getting some good poke off onto this tower. Tower is almost down. I don't think Jinx will be able to save it here. She will not. Jinx lays the chompers down, but does not get any activation onto Caitlyn. Is able to use her net to get away. So first tower goes to Whitney Young. They have about a 3k gold lead at this point. Here comes Hecarim with a gank in the top lane. Is able to knock back Shen, but Shen is able to get away. A redemption used by Ivern, who was floating in that topside jungle. Heals Shen almost back to full. So Shen will get away safely, even though all the abilities used on the bot side there. Karma's going to rotate mid, throw a little poke out at Zilean. Looks like she's going to head towards the Rift Herald to ward. Orianna trying to zone out the Zilean from getting any more CS by placing that ball in those positions. Ivern looks like he's going in to steal the blue buff away. And he's able to because he has Smite. Now Orianna or Karma, looks like Karma's going to steal the blue buff away. And Whitney Young is going to do the map rotation. So Caitlyn's going to go to the top lane. Shen's going to handle the bot lane. So Maokai's going to have to protect that tower against Caitlyn and possibly Karma, who should be rotating up there now. Let's see if OPRF changes their AD carry as well and switches them, or if they keep Maokai into that top lane. Hecarim getting seen out by the ward in the river. Karma coming from behind to try and kill Maokai. Maokai getting stuck past the bullet ult. Is not able to do too much here. He's going to go down. Oh, Zilean does land the ult, but it might not actually kill him. No, nothing left to do the damage there, so now they can freely go onto Maokai. Ult used just a little bit preemptively there by Zilean. Thought he might die, but it looks like Zilean might get Karma. No, Karma still lives after that whole fight. So 2 for 0 to Whitney Young. They're right now up 5 kills to 0. 23k gold to 18k gold, and they're taking this one away. Giant wave in that top lane. Pushing it down with Daisy. Let's see if they rotate and try to possibly take Rift Herald. And get some more towers here with that big wave in the top. Hecarim having to back off again. A level down from Ivern. Ivern is going to steal away yet another buff from him. And OPRF is just not reacting fast enough to this Ivern in the jungle. One thing when Ivern's in the jungle, you have to be able to rotate and collapse on him as he goes in. Otherwise he will just walk away with the entire jungle and you won't have anything left to do. So about 5k gold down now. Whitney Young rotating. Looks like they're going to rotate and take mid. They got 2 towers in that top lane. Caitlyn Jinx and Lulu were able to grab that bot tower away from Shen, but Hecarim's going to ult in. It looks like he's probably going to go down here. He does go down. Tries to get the double bomb off, but they're able to dive so easily with all of the shields from their team. And just not any damage coming out from the side of OPRF. Again, Zilean only having that one damaging spell is hurting the rest of his team. The rest of his team just doesn't have enough damage to kill anyone at this point. Landing the double bomb definitely helps, but again, everyone gets shielded and they just get to walk away. So if there was some follow-up after that double bomb, they'd be able to do something. So Zilean's going to need to get a lot more AP in order to one-shot anyone. Once he does that, he'll have a great shot at killing Caitlyn or even Orianna right up front. But until that happens, Whitney Young is just going to be able to walk away. So Rift Herald looked like it's going to be taken by OPRF here. There is no vision on it from Whitney Young, so OPRF will get something for an objective. There is a Drake spawning right now, so it will be a Cloud Drake. Looks like Whitney Young is rotating to go and get it. They probably will take it without too much effort here. So we'll see where Hecarim goes and uses this Rift Herald. Might go and use it in the top lane after he clears all the waves. So Orianna there used her ult to try and kill Lulu. Lulu ulted and then Zilean ulted as well right after, but again not able to do enough damage to Orianna after she ulted. Chunked her down, but was just not able to get any kill. Zilean wasted his ult because Lulu did not die while the buff was still on. So Whitney is just going to rotate to mid, take that mid turret now that everyone is dead. Or everyone is recalled. They didn't die. Caitlyn setting up her traps to start the siege for this turret. Caitlyn right now with 134 farm. She's 1-0-2, but definitely Ivern is the one that's wreaking havoc here in this game, invading and taking all of the jungle away from OPRF. As we see in the bot side jungle, everything is warded. Tons of vision for Whitney in that jungle. Lulu's going to go and clear out as much as she can here. There is a control ward in the bush by blue. Then you'll see that once they place the ward there to ward their side. So let's see how OPF responds to this. They are 7k gold down now, so they are at a severe disadvantage right now. Not too many items completed. Spirit Visage on Maokai and a Chain Vest, whereas Shen has Tiamat and Spirit Visage. No Trinity Force for Hecarim at the moment, sitting on 2 items. Whereas Ivern has 2 shields, or 2 heal and a shield available. Definitely controlling this game with his roams and with his invades. We'll see how OPRF can do the damage to kill Whitney Young here. There's not much to fight over. These lanes are going to be pretty farm heavy. They will have to siege somewhere and use that Rift Herald soon. Ivern clearing up his jungle right now. We have Baron at about 45 seconds. It is a little early. Whitney Young definitely can take it with Daisy tanking, with all the shields coming out from their team. They have no issue. Orianna ults, gets 2 of them. Lillian drops 2 bombs in. Again, not enough damage with all the shields coming out. Hecarim is going to ult. He's going to miss Shen with the shield onto Orianna, so Orianna's going to get away. Lockdown onto Caitlyn, drops 1 bomb, gets the other bomb onto Shen. Again, no follow-up damage. Lulu looks like she might go down here to Orianna, and she will. Jinx all the way in the front line, gets caught up by the Shen taunt. Another Shen taunt right there, able to land on Maokai. Whitney Young going in very hard. Again, this Zilean just not doing any damage in the mid lane to the rest of their team after the initial chunk. The big thing is for maybe next game, pick someone in the mid lane with a little more damage. Orianna definitely taking control with some of her engage ultimates. So it looks like they're going to rotate around to try and take the last outer turret. And it looks like they will be able to do that. Not much of a minion wave left after Drew had cleared it with the Zilean bomb. Oh, and there we go, another Orianna ult onto Jinx. Is not able to do much after the Shen taunt. Great teamwork. They were all hiding in that bush to recall, but then decided against it when they saw Jinx and Maokai jump to that front line. Rift Herald looks like it was popped in the top lane to try and help push out that top lane, so they're not able to get it. He's not really able to do much. His big thing is to get damage onto turrets, but they're not going to do much there. Caitlyn gets caught out by Hecarim there. Great roots from Maokai, who's just not, again, no follow-up damage. Everyone on Whitney Young is very low. And then we finally get a kill from Jinx onto Orianna. Used her rockets and definitely kills her there. Caitlyn running to the mid lane is probably going to get away there. So looks like they're going to recall, reset. My guess is Whitney Young will go work towards Baron. There is a Drake spawning in a minute. That is a Mountain Drake. So they can either wait to take the Mountain Drake after Baron or take it right away. One big issue this game has been Zilean not being able to land a decent ult. Every time he ults, the person still gets away. So using the timing of that ult is making sure people are going in and going hard and being able to die and then come back with more life than they had when they went away. So he's not able to keep any relevant team members alive. Now we get the Rift Herald finally onto the tower with a decent wave, but Caitlyn's going to clear that in a hurry, so not really able to do much damage to that top turret, but had to use it before it expired. Let's see if OPRF can come back. This will be a big fight if all of their ultimates are available, either around Baron or the Mountain Drake. No inhibitors taken, so they definitely have room to play here, but are going to have to be very careful they don't get caught out. Hecarim getting zoned out here by the Orianna. She's just going to ult and go all the way in. Lulu's going to have to ult Hecarim, and then Maokai uses his roots to be able to get away safely. Hecarim almost died, did get the blue buff, but almost died, so now they're just going to rotate and take the Mountain Drake away from OPRF and get 3 dragons. And my guess they'll rotate, push the waves out, and then reset at Baron and take that very handily right now. Orianna's ult will be up pretty quickly. It's almost 1/3 of the way up already. Shen having the global ultimate is able to split push very well. And just not enough damage on OPRF's side to be able to do that. Scuttle Crab taken just for the vision. Nothing else in that top side for OPRF, so they might not be able to do too much here. Daisy has not been used yet. Hecarim, I don't know if he's going to face check. There's Daisy. Daisy will probably come out and tank. Maokai going to check with the flames. Very low. Oh, and Ivern does get the smite. Hecarim just goes straight down. Jumping over, trying to steal it, but is not able to do anything. So Whitney Young in great spot to finish up this game at 25 minutes. So we're getting a reset, everyone's going back to purchase items. We're taking her blue buff, leaving one for Ivern. Karma clearing out a ward in the Baron pit, probably just for the gold.
Like a honeybee.
Looks like they might try a siege on top and have Shen split push on that bot lane. OPRF does have a lot of wave clear, but there's a lot of damage from the side of Whitney Young, so they might just be able to get enough damage onto this turret in quick succession after clearing out the wave to take it down. On one wave there, half of it's gone. Orianna ulted. Nobody right there, so that was the first big miss from Orianna and her ults. Not sure what she was thinking there. It looks like we might get it going. There's Ori just with one poke, Thunderlord's proc, almost killed right out of that. OPRF has to back up. It's very hard for them to hold on to this siege, just with all of the poke available from Whitney Young. They're going to take the inhibitor. Karma trying to land a bind onto Jinx. Hecarim going in for a last-ditch effort to try and kill the carry, but again, doesn't take any damage with all of the shields from their team. Finally, we get an ult from Zilean that does save someone. Maokai is back alive. Caitlyn with giant shields. Everyone trying to to go hard onto him. Shen with the shield down onto Caitlyn, who's back up to full health at this time. So just not any damage coming out of the side from OPRF. Just not able to kill anyone. So many shields on the side of Whitney Young. And just nothing can be done. Oriana with the quadruple. Looks like we get the forfeit out of Whitney Young, or out of OPRF. So Whitney Young takes game 1. So game 1 goes to Whitney Young. We'll get a side swap. So we get a side swap. So it looks like Whitney Young might be able to take this one. Let's see how OPRF drafts this game. Again, they do not have any bans, so Whitney Young still can pick the same exact team comp unless OPRF picks something to change it. Yeah, Ori's ults were on point. She did miss one in that top siege, but then actually made up for it and got the quadra kill. Definitely controlled that game and controlled that mid lane. She probably would have got the penta had they not forfeited so early. So just waiting for the teams to get ready up. They'll probably take a bathroom break. I will flip back over once we get into draft. If you guys have any questions for me, go ahead and shout them out in the chat. This is week 4 for the Chicago High School Esports League. We're doing 7 weeks of tournament until we reach the top 8 from the 7. The top 8 teams from the 7 weeks will be invited to the playoffs. The first week of the playoffs will be at home, and then the semifinals and finals will be played on site at Robert Morris University in their esports arena. So OPRF not getting any bans, so we'll just watch the timer tick down while they're picking. And we'll see what Whitney Young will ban on their side. OPRF will have first pick, so if they do want to take something away, maybe possibly the Oriana or the Ivern, they will be able to do that if they choose. Oak Park has a penalty this week for gameplay last week. So for toxic behavior, they were not allowed any bans for this week's games. Zombies, I am thinking about opening it up to spectators and possibly sell tickets very cheaply. I'm waiting to talk to them probably tomorrow afternoon to have everyone from schools come down, possibly sell tickets to raise money for the league and for possibly the winners of future tournaments. So I'm definitely keeping my eyes open. Yeah, I'm definitely trying to make sure. So first ban from Whitney Young is Echo. Let's see who their second ban is.
End of the line.
This is supposed to be a fun league. That's what I strive for. I don't want anyone to feel bad, so they were given a warning, and then this was their punishment. So second ban is Graves from the side of Whitney Young. Third ban
Playtime's over.
will be Ari. So let's see who OPRF will pick first. They're going to take the Shen away from Whitney Young. Maybe didn't want to see that Shen in the top lane again. So we're gonna go Caitlin again for Whitney Young. Caitlin and Lulu picked up for Whitney Young. So instead of the Karma, going with the Lulu. No, OPRF lost their bans for the week. So we get an Insta Lock Alistar. So probably will be an Alistar support unless they're playing something that's a little off meta. Or if someone knows something that I don't. I haven't seen Alistar played in quite a while. Two matches a week for each game. And we get Yi in the jungle. I don't think we've seen a Yi in the jungle. Not that I remember recording. So that's my first time seeing very off meta, very solo queue pick. Let's see how OPRF deals with that. Gragas being hovered over, possibly for that top lane. That replacement for the Shen that they lost out on. Get the Annie hovered over. Oh, there we go. They're locking in Ivern. Just trolling with the Annie pick. And the Nautilus selected for top lane. Katarina insta-lock for, I'm guessing that will be the mid lane. The only really way to deal with Katarina will be Nautilus, Hook, and Ulti. Lulu Polymorph. Ivern has no stuns or silences, neither does Caitlyn. So let's see how this goes. Looks like OPRF is going all ham, two tanks, two hyper carries with Yi and Katarina, both trying to get the reset. So we'll see how OPRF does this mid lane with the Katarina. If she gets ahead, she'll be definitely deadly to the rest of the team, whether they have shields or heals or not. OPRF going with Lucian. Lucian is very highly regarded right now as one of the top 80 carries, as well as Caitlyn. Let's see if OPRF can pull this one around. Are we gonna see a Nunu jungle? No. Nunu top? No. Nunu mid? I doubt it. Just trolling, as they always do with the last pick. Kassadin could be a good pick here. With Katarina, he'll get a shield, he'll get a channel stop, so he'll be able to stop Katarina from channeling her ult. Now the hover over LeBlanc and Oriana. Lots of options. I'm going to stick with the Oriana. Good choice. It dominated last game, so it's a good thing to keep it going around this game. We'll have about a minute for them to select their loadouts. Then we'll head to 3-minute spectator break. Uh, I will be back in about 2.5 minutes, right before we get launched into game. Let me know who you guys think is going to win, who you think is going to win lane, and how do you think this game's going to go? Is OPRF going to tie it to keep these teams very close in the standings, or will Whitney Young take it away? I'll see you guys in about 2 minutes. All right, guys, got about 5 seconds, and then we're back in the game. For all those that are watching, if you're still in high school, let everyone know. Next year, this league will not only cover League of Legends, but I'm hoping to handle Overwatch, School League, as well as possibly do some fighting game tournaments. I will have some signups posted closer, probably within the next 2 or 3 weeks, closer to the finals for this league. So if you're interested in getting involved in that, follow me on Twitter, subscribe to our YouTube page. I post up all the games from every week that I get replays from the games. Change that in a minute anyway. Just waiting for the game to load now. There we go. All right. And here we go.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
So we get some pings going down.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
We get some cowbell action out of Alistar. Enjoying using that skin. YouTube page right now is all the replays from every game so far from the league. So 3 weeks of matches between all the high schools. Yeah, just VODs right now.
Minions have spawned.
And then the last link was the link to the actual brackets for the tournament. So no invades. Let's see how Yi will handle this Ivern invade again. Looks like he's going to start on the blue buff side just to make sure that Ivern doesn't steal it away. So Yi getting a good leash from Shen. So it comes out very healthy away from that. We get the pings down on top lane, letting them know Shen was not there, so probably leashing the blue buff. Ivern walking around towards his own blue buff. A little poke going off in that mid lane. Orianna coming out a little bit ahead. Bot lane getting zoned out with the Alistar Lulu. Until they hit level 2, there's not much of a combo that Alistar can do unless it flashes, and that's just not going to be able to do too much. So Whitney Young gets level 2 first, but then pushes the wave all the way to the turret, which will let it reset. Good poke off onto Alistar as he's trying to get his procs off of the minions so he can get his gold and finish his relic shield. Alistar goes in with his level 2 combo onto Lulu. He is there to help dive, and he will clean it up with the Alpha Strike for first blood for OPRF. Good job by that bot lane to coordinate and have E on the bot side to be able to take care of Lulu once she got low. Running Ignite on Alistar for that early engage. Not much they can do at that point. Lulu was stuck. Blue exhaust, but was not able to do much after that. And Katarina going in pretty deep onto Orianna to get that damage off. She's a little down in CS, as Katarinas usually are at this point, just because there's not much you can do once you get into melee range and hitting creeps. Katarina going in a little bit harder onto Ivern there. Comes out ahead and does a lot of damage to Ivern. Uses Ignite, hoping he'll get the kill, but was not able to finish. So burning Ivern down, but not able to do too much to him there. Caitlyn getting good poke off onto Lucian. Lucian's probably going to have to recall here in order to get back, unless he's going to use his potion. Let's see what they try to do. Ivern coming top, Shen taunting into Nautilus, but Ivern coming now. With Shen not having taunt available, there's not much he can do. Get away besides flashing, gets the proc off of Grasp of the Undying, and almost gets Ivern. His shield saved him. The minions were doing lots of damage to him, but that shield saved him as he's able to get into the bush and get out of vision from those minions. So good gank in the top lane. Shen was almost able to get away. If he had one of his abilities up, he probably would have gotten out alive, but he had used it all to go all in on Nautilus, but wasn't able to do enough damage to him. Yi now sitting in that bush. Looks like he might have been clearing a ward. So right now, fairly even for the teams. It's still early. CS-wise, everything is fairly close. Tiny advantage in the mid lane for Ori over Cat. And a tiny advantage for Lucian in that bot lane. Gold-wise, they are very close, almost even. Cat coming down with the gank onto bot lane. Alistar missing his combo onto Lulu again. Lulu would have been destroyed there, only being level 3. Great roam by Drew to try and cause some pressure on that bot lane, not let them recall. But then he gets caught out by the Ivern. And it looks like Lucian might go down here to the combo, uses heal. Very bad situation for OPRF here, very low, most of their teams. Alistar has to go in. Looks like he might get stuck here from Ivern and all the damage. Does not have flash to get away, and he will go down. So it was started off as a great roam, but then Cat got caught by the Ivern, with Shen not being 6 and Katarina not being 6 yet, not able to do enough damage to kill them. Cat staying in to try and get the kill, and she does get the kill onto Lulu. She might actually get a double kill. She might get the triple kill here, so she stays around. So bad play by Whitney Young to stay around in that team fight, with Cat able to clean up the rest of the team. So good job by Drew to stick it out and be able to get the kill on the lower members of Whitney Young's team there. Much better than the Zillion he played in the first game. We're seeing how he can be a control mage in that mid lane. Shen now hitting level 6 as well as Nautilus. Shen having the global ultimate, but Nautilus will have plenty of ways to knock him out of his global ultimate, so most likely they'll only get the shield. Shen probably won't show up if he's seen in that top lane ulting somewhere else. Katarina now 6, going all the way in onto Ori, ulting, chunking her down, but taking a significant amount of damage herself. Her Ignite is almost available. Orianna still has her ult and her exhaust, so Katarina's going to have to do a lot of damage poking in order to do something here. Starting getting her Gunblade, picked up the Longsword, got her Sorcerer's Boots just for the extra movement, so probably going to see another roam out of her soon. Ivern stealing away another buff from OPRF, taking that blue buff. We'll see who goes over there to get it, if it'll be Orianna or if it'll be Nautilus. Alistar looks like he's going to be going in onto Caitlyn. Caitlyn gets screwed. Yi jumps in, and then we get another kill for the bot lane combo of Alistar, Lucian, and Yi showing up to secure it. Very good job by the team. So OPRF definitely playing this one more aggressive with that Alistar combo. Alistar still has Ignite. His flash was about halfway up. 5 kills to 2. Most of those kills being for Lucian. Yi getting a piece of a couple of them. It looks like they might try another dive here onto Lulu. Lulu has to get away as fast as possible. The Alistar combo is definitely deadly. Yi now has hit 6, so he'll get the resets off of any kills and assists that they take care of. Farm in the top lane, Shen's ahead by about, what do we got, 9 CS. Yi's doing a good job farming against Ivern, even though Ivern is trying to steal away his buffs. Katarina has fallen quite a ways behind Orianna at this point, about 30 CS behind. It looks like they're pinging out because they see them in that bush. Maybe they just think it's Alistar. I don't know if they know if it's here in that bush. So we'll see what they try to do here. Ivern camping in that top bush. Orianna kind of rotating down past Dragon. Not sure if they see it. Yi just hanging out to make sure Ivern isn't coming. With that wave pushing towards top, let's see if Whitney tries to freeze it down there or if they just leave it. Okay, it looks like they're going to push it back. Good idea there would be to freeze the lane right in that spot, so make it very difficult for the melee support of OPRF to get anything done. Let's see if they try to do it here. Just trying to push the wave all the way into the tower. And looks like we get a full reset almost here. OPRF keeping the pressure up. Keeping that wave pushed all the way in. Maybe calling Ivern into that bot lane since he is still there for the gank. Cat rotating but seen out by Ivern in that river. Top again is top lane as usual. Solo farm fest. Fairly even in CS. Not much done there. Lucian does have a slight lead in CS. Gold-wise for the team. They're about even at 10 minutes in. Katarina coming around the flank, but spotted out by the control board. Ivern has shown up to help. Orianna is there as well. Let's see how Drew gets out of this one. Gets hooked in. Shen is going to ult to try and get the shield to save her. Yi is following in right behind. Let's see what happens here in this big team fight. Can Cat get the resets? No, Cat's going to go down. And they're going to have to back out of there. He was a little late. And Katarina had taken so much damage up front. Orianna still had her ult, and she was saving it just in case the rest of the team engaged. So there was not much they could do for that fight, with Cat getting caught out by the control ward, and then with the rest of Ivern and everyone else showing up. Whitney Young looks like they will take... they are going to take Rift Herald, but Alistar is going to dive onto Caitlyn, and they will get the kill onto Caitlyn. Shen goes in to try and stop the Rift Herald from being taken, but is not able to do much. Funkaphone is super low, tanking the tower hits, as well as Alistar being pretty low here. They might be able to get chunked out. Alistar goes in, and it looks like Funkaphone, oh, he almost died there. Had he taken that actual tower shot instead of flashing away, he would have died. Nautilus recalls in the pit, but he is going to go down with Katarina showing up and Yi. So good job by Katarina being able to spot it out with that ward that Shen placed to stay in this one. If OPRF keeps the pressure up here, they probably will be able to take this first tower. Got a little bit more down to do. Lulu trying to chunk out Alistar from being able to do it. Lucian then just destroys Lulu for stepping up there. Great play. So Lucian has a lot of lifesteal at this point. We're not able to secure that first tower. Ivern is showing up to help out Caitlyn push this out. He's going to use Rift Herald to then take his first tower now. Alistar is recalling in Lucian. Rift Herald is going to do massive damage to this tower. Even though it's at pretty full health. Chunk it down right there. Katarina did show up to try and help take it. We'll get the kill onto Caitlyn after going in. Looks like Rift Herald might still be able to take the buff. Or take the first tower? No, Katarina is going to be able to clear the Rift Herald from taking the first tower of the game. That should set up Lucian and Alistar to take that first tower in return. So again, Drew outplaying his game from last time. Being able to be in that lane to offer the gank and offer the robe. Has finished the Bilgewater Cutlass. Three men in this bot lane now to try and push it out. 3 men for each team. Orianna gets caught by the knockup by the combo from Alistar. But will back up safely. Orianna still has her ultimate. Not enough damage on the first from the side of OPRF to actually destroy it. Now Caitlyn shows up. Yi is, on the other hand, clearing out. Oh, Katarina goes in and takes out Ivern very quickly. Lucian goes in onto Caitlyn, is able to kill her. Orianna ults too, but not able to secure any kills. So again, great team playing by OPRF. Showing completely different team this game compared to what they were last game. Last game they seemed to not know what was going on. This game playing very aggressively. Maybe this is more their style, playing very aggressive against another team. Going with the Alistar combo to get all of the CC, and going in with Cat, and going in with the Yi. Nautilus kind of zoned out here with Shen and Yi in that top lane. They're going to actually be able to take that tower pretty quickly. Excuse me. And top tower goes down to OPRF. So 2 towers for OPRF and 0 for Whitney Young at this point. Last game it was almost the reverse. About 5k gold up for OPRF, 11-4 in kills. This is actually turning out to be a great series. We'll see how these teams finish up this game. They could be seeing each other in the playoffs very soon. Being tied, getting 1 point apiece, will put them ahead. Whitney Young would be still in first place. And then OPRF would be one place behind them, or 1 point behind them. Katarina goes in, ult goes down, and she actually is able to destroy Orianna. Orianna had no CC available. It looks like she had her ult available, so she could have used it, but maybe just did not have enough played. Used exhaust, but still was not able to keep enough damage down after the gunblade from Katarina. So again, this aggressive style from Drew this game has been crazy. Being all over the map, getting as many kills. Involved in 8 of the kills this game. Yi shows up to smite the dragon away. So they do get a Mountain Drake. Katarina right now 6-1, dominating the team fights every time. She is down 40 CS, but that doesn't seem to matter. And it looks like they're setting up 3-man in the bot lane to push down this next turret. Shen keeping top lane pushed in, so Nautilus can't respond. Shen needs to be able to save his taunt. If he uses his taunt, Nautilus can TP away to join the fight. Katarina seen by a scrying orb in the, or scrying trinket. Still trying to protect the inner tower of the bot lane. It's almost all the way down. Even with 3 men, they're not able to do it too much. Now we get the rotate from Cat and Yi. Alistar goes in onto Orianna. Gunblade used, ultimate used, but she's still able to get the kill. And Alistar is able to get away fairly healthy with after he used his ultimate and just taking the tower shots from the inner tower. Again, Katarina just showing dominance this game, and just no response from Whitney Young to be able to do anything against the Katarina. Lucian now going to take the next turret there. We have a complete switch around this game from the teams. The biggest difference we can see is between Caitlyn and Lucian. There's a 40 CS difference there. Definitely makes up for the difference in CS in the mid lane. Because Katarina also has 6 kills, where Caitlyn has been destroyed 5 times and only has 1 assist to show for it. So OPRF going with this more solo queue team fight, and Whitney Young not being able to respond to it too much, not being able to group up and dominate the way they were the first game, even though they have quite a few of the same picks. Alistar clearing out some wards on the top side. Lucian looks like he's going back to that bot side to solo push, possibly all the way up to the inhibitor turret. OPRF definitely needs to think about sieging some of these outer turrets before they do too much. Katarina goes in and ults Ivern, but then gets out very quickly once he sees the rest of the team show up from Whitney Young. Didn't really want to get into that as much. Looks like they're going to steal both red and blue buffs. So a little payback from last game, stealing the buffs away from the side of Whitney Young. Lucian pushing that wave all the way into the turret. Going to get a little bit of poke off onto Caitlyn. Caitlyn going to be able to back up with Lulu right behind. Shen pushing a big wave into the tower as hard as he can, but Nautilus has great wave clear at this point with the Sunfire Cape and 3 Doran's rings, so not much is going to be pushed in on him. He recalling in a precarious position, but he gets saved by the recall just in time before the dredge line comes out. Nautilus able to clear waves extremely quickly right now. Has a giant shield, so he's pretty safe from Shen. Ooh, tongue twister. So good wave clear out of Whitney, so it's very hard to siege without a Baron buff. Nautilus with great wave clear, so Shen not able to solo that top tower. Also not going very damage heavy. Going with the Spear of Visage and 2 Chain Vests and a Ruby Crystal. Had he possibly built Tiamat, be able to get a few more auto attacks in, possibly would have been able to do some more damage. They have to figure out how to break this base now. Lots of wave clear from Whitney Young. What are they going to do? They're going to set up for an early Baron. Baron just spawned about 25 seconds ago.
I give my sword.
Iron clearing some of his topside jungle. Looks like both sides just pushing the waves in as hard as they can. Possibly setting up for Baron at this point, or possibly to take one of the 2 outer turrets still. It looks like OPRF might be setting up for Baron right here. They have a control ward in the middle. Maybe trying to bait it out from Whitney. Looks like they might just go straight for it. Blue Trinket does see them in the pit. Let's see if they continue to stay on it or if they get out. Shen looks like he's going to try and zone out the rest of the team. We get Redemption used from Alistar. Shen keeps the taunt on and Baron buff goes over to OPRF. So now they have that chance to crack in the base. Drew going to go in onto Nautilus as hard as he can. Ults, Gunblades, uses everything. And he's going to get the kill. Nautilus is just not going to be able to get out, even though he is super tanky. He's just not able to get away from Drew and the rest of OPRF. So top laner is down. Shen looks like he might recall. Nope, Shen's gonna stay. Gonna clear out the wave. OPRF can rotate. Looks like he's gonna go take Infernal Drake. Clear that off the map. Get the next Drake up. This could be it here. Go Infernal Drake over to the side of OPRF. Lucian gonna heal up off of that Scuttle Crab. Lots of lifesteal and a Black Cleaver on his build right now, so he is very, very powerful. So Orianna still trying to clear out this mid wave. Yi and Alistar are not gonna be able to do too much with sieging, but Cat shows up. Let's see if Shen is going to split push. Whereas Lucian looks like he might be heading to the mid. We might get a quick reset. They definitely don't want to wait too long. If they wait too long, they're going to waste a lot of the Baron buff. This is definitely an opportunity if OPRF has practiced before to go 1-3-1. Have Shen in that top lane, and Lucian, Alistar, Yi in the mid lane, and Katarina in the bot lane by herself. Or even throwing Lucian over there. The problem with having 3 melees in the mid lane, you're not going to get any damage on the turret except for the minions. So we'll see what they do here. They look like they are going to try a 1-3-1. Again, I'm not sure how well it will work with how this team is doing. And just speaking of Tiamat on Shen, he does pick up the Tiamat. So Lucian going to go heavy onto Kate. Alistar going deep onto the back line of Whitney Young. And then Katarina going all the way in to try and get some kills. Yi going in as well, but not able to do too much. Lucian will, however, solo out Kate. Alt used by Shen to save Katarina, or save Yi. Is able to get away. Will Katarina be able to get the resets? She does get three resets. Lucian still up. Lucian will get Lulu. Nautilus is alive, but how much will he be able to defend from the base? We get an inhib tower down. Looks like they're going to take the inhibitor here from Lucian, while Shen and Alistar are trying to push in that mid wave as hard as possible to try and get that mid inhibitor as well. Caitlyn is up in 6 seconds. She'll have to try and defend the base at that point. Lucian running really low on mana. Not sure if they're going to be able to get the mid tower or not at this point. With Caitlyn being available, she is not very tanky at this point. If Lucian was to say, no, Lucian is going to back up, recall back to base and reset for one last push on this mid lane. So, complete swap from last game where Ivern was dominating the field with all of his shields and his heals all the way around the map. In this game, just not being much of an effort to keep everyone alive, doing his best, but definitely not making the game his as he was last game. So if this keeps up, we got about a 12k lead for OPRF. They have one inhibitor gone, mid tower is almost gone. If they're able to take that inhibitor, it could almost be GG, unless there's some big throw from OPRF. So let's see how they play out. Looks like they're setting up for that mid again. Baron buff has worn off of all members of OPRF, so they're going to have to take this all as a team. Probably waiting it out as much as possible for that super minions to get in that bot wave and get them all the way into the base in order to be able to hit that tower. There's just so much wave clear on the side of Whitney Young and so little poke out of OPRF that they're going to have to be able to just go all the way in and do it. We see Alistar stealing the blue buff away from Katarina, not sure if that was planned. He and Lucian are going to be able to take this top outer turret very easily, and then move on to trying to see if they can take the next one. Alistar showing up in that top side with Katarina and Shen in that mid lane, keeping the pressure up, trying to get a few more hits onto that tower so they can take the inhibitor. Caitlyn setting the traps up in the mid lane. Lucian and Yi trying to get as much as they can done. Dredge line missed by Nautilus, so Lucian's able to get away and reset. Shen trying to push that super minion all the way into the base. Gets good damage off onto Orianna. Orianna's going to have to go back. Not much she can do at this point, while everyone else tries to siege this mid lane. Whitney Young has great wave clear. He trying to do as much damage as he can now. He gets caught, he ultimates, but then he gets caught by the dredge line. Not able really to get away. Ignite goes down. The redemption did save him. Katarina is able to take over the tower. Tries to get in there, but gets slowed, so she's not able to jump all the way into the fight. They're going to try and take another inhibitor here. Lucian's going to go in onto Caitlyn, get hit from Nautilus. Here's the big team fight. Katarina goes in and completely destroys Caitlyn. And she goes in and gets another kill onto the back line. As she's going all the way in, gets pulled in by the Orianna ultimate into the fountain. And she does get killed, so this could be a good comeback right here, turnaround, if they can get a couple more kills. Yi is still pushing onto the base. Lucian is able to do so much damage, and that's just heal up completely back from it, so there's not much they can do at this point. Even with all that damage from Orianna, still not able to do enough to kill him. Looks like they might get him here. Oh, they do get him. Alistar comes just a hair too late with the knockup. He's going to try and stay in there to get another kill, while Yi cleans up another inhibitor. Orianna is doing lots of damage. Super minions everywhere. Yi's going to get the last inhibitor here. And he's going to back up. Shen's going to teleport in, but going to have to back up. All of the team is spawned for Whitney Young. So looks like we're going to have to reset. We got another Baron on the map and another Dragon on the map. Whitney Young's going to have to do a lot of defending with 2 super minions in every wave. So OPRF should be able to just take over the Baron and a Dragon fairly quickly and then walk into base. They just will not have enough wave clear to deal with 2 super minions from each lane coming in once they get everything. So complete turnaround from the game before where Whitney Young just destroyed OPRF. OPRF coming up big in this game with the Katarina and the Yi, making a big difference in this game. Infernal Drake taken by Yi. He's probably looks like he's going to head up towards Baron. I'm not sure if they're going to take it right now, if they're going to wait. Definitely the Shen steal away from Whitney Young, as well as the Katarina pick. Definitely foiled a lot of the plan from the protection of Whitney Young to keep that Caitlyn protected. She just hasn't been able to stay alive to do any damage. She's got a decent farm, but she's just not able to stay alive long enough to do any damage. So Baron buff taken by OPRF, and they're going to just start the march in. If they get that other inhibitor, there'll be 2 super minions in every wave. I'm not sure if they're going to go down and try to take it or just push everything into the base. They still have a few waves with super minions all the way. Lucian going all the way in, doing a lot of damage to Nautilus. Nautilus is pretty tanky at this point. It looks like they are going to take that inhibitor and then push just the double super minions all the way into the base. Not much they're going to be able to do at this point, barring a great throw by this. Alistar goes in, gets a double knockup. Oh, great! Oriana with a triple ultimate there. Lots of damage going down. Lucian is dead, as well as Lulu. Katarina is still alive, but Yi's just trying to destroy the base. Oriana finally kills Yi. But super minions are empowered with the Baron buff, and there's just not much they can do. Great comeback from OPRF to secure this tie. So 1-1 for this week. So good game by both teams. 1-1 for this week. So each team gets a point to secure one of the top places in the league. You can click on the bracket there. Let's see if I have the bracket open. I can pull it up for you guys. All right, so with both teams going 1-1, Whitney Young has first place with 8 points. OPRF is in tied for second with Palatine right now with 7. That will be changed after the Taft and Palatine game, depending on the outcome of that. Either it will continue to be the same. If there's a tie with Palatine and Taft, then it would be 8-8 and 7-7. Taft and OPRF being tied for third, or tied for third place. Or if Taft or Palatine wins, they will take the lead and jump ahead of Whitney Young by securing 3 points. Being 2 points ahead. Yeah, you guys want a damage chart? So Katarina doing almost 24k damage, Lucian doing 16k, and Oriana not too far behind at 21k. Definitely showed a comeback there in the late game, being able to destroy the team with a great ultimate. Lucian not getting off much damage in that late game team fight. So great job by both teams today. Good job, good games both ways. Definitely tighten it up so that make sure you guys can get that 2-0 wins. Tying definitely hurts a little bit. It's better to get that 2-0. Whitney Young not able to close it out after the showing dominance in that first game. Yeah, that E damage. That's solo Q E for you. 1750. But he definitely was around to cause the pressure and to take down the towers. So good game, guys. Thanks for checking me out. Like again, follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter, subscribe to me on Facebook, or it's not Facebook, on YouTube. Watch the videos. Let your friends know that we're doing this league. Like I said, Overwatch next year, fighting game tournaments next year. We're looking to blow this out, so let everyone know that this is going on, and then pass the message around. If you guys have any other questions, let me know now. Otherwise, I'll be heading out for the night. Again, thanks for watching me, guys. Drew, good comeback that game. Overwatch will be next year, so next school year. We're a little too late in the year to start anything, considering some schools are out next week. That I'm not sure about Ninetales. Um, More than likely it'll be in the winter sometime, depending on when league starts. Yeah, all the announcements for all the leagues and everything will be up by the start of the year. For fighting games, we were thinking Street Fighter, Smash. Um, I have a couple contacts out, a couple teachers that play in fighting game tournaments, so I was gonna talk with them soon. Yeah, I'm hoping it's gonna be different time than League, unless League goes to two splits. We're still trying to coordinate a couple things with the Illinois Association for Esports. So, Shadows probably. Again, I'm talking with the Illinois High School Esports Association that's just getting started, so we're gonna see when they are gonna play in their tournaments, and we can play around them. So that we were included in their tournament.